So I know I said a few days back that I was done talking about this Red Dead port unless something happened. I did say that. I said if something happened with this Red Dead port situation, I'd make another video. And I'm probably going to get pretty livid in this video, so just kind of brace yourself. The volume on the mic can only go so high, so I don't think I'm going to blow your hearing drums or whatever, your eardrums out. I'm really disappointed with not us. Not us. I want to make that very clear. I'm not disappointed with the group of people that left dislikes on their video or all these different apps that like rate the game, right? The game is getting destroyed as it rightfully should. There's some good things about it. Make no mistake, right? Seems like it might support the 4K thing. Now, at the very least, I guess there, you're matching it with the Xbox. I guess until that happened, you're still getting the inferior product. Technically, you still are because there's no multiplayer, right? So you could get the Xbox 360 version of Red Dead and Undead Nightmare, which, by the way, I'll take a picture of this for Twitter. I bought it. I bought it physically. It's actually coming on Friday, which I think is just a day after this thing goes live. So I will have the 360 slash Xbox One Game of the Year edition. That is still, and again, like, why are you so mad at this, Alex? That is still the better version. A game that came out a long time ago for less money, that's still the better version versus whatever the heck this is, okay? At the same time, you have the 4K. The trophies are improved now, so multiplayer's been removed from the trophy listing, so now you can get the platinum easier, right? There's some okay things going on here, but overwhelmingly, make no mistake about it, this is still a very bad thing, and ultimately, this is where I want to go with this. Seeing what's happening here, and what's happening is the game's trending, right? The game is appearing on, I believe, the PlayStation Store very, very highly. Now, the thing is, you can't pre-order it yet. So these tracking numbers, right, I think it's like second in Europe and then third in like North America. You can wish list it, but you can't like pre-order or anything like that. So it is possible that people are just like looking at the page. I want to make that known. Just throw that, just to make sure I'm covering all bases. I'm not ignorant. I'm not, ignoring certain parts to this entire story. It could be that the game is so popular on these storefronts because people are just looking at the page. They're not doing anything with it. But I would heavily argue, and I would assume, that it's just a sign for the next tomorrow. It's just a sign for tomorrow that they're going to go back, or they did wish list it, and they're just going to buy it tomorrow. Now, again, who am I disappointed with? The vast majority. Like, the majority, I guess, that's not us. Because you do have to remember that we live in this small little bubble. And although Twitter is very, very powerful, it's an echo chamber still. And YouTube's the same thing. It's not everybody. And there's plenty of people that don't live online, which myself, I live online. But some people don't do that. And in some ways, that's a very good thing. You probably don't want to live, solely online. But in other ways, it's like, well, come on, get in the club of people, like, knowing where the priorities are. Ultimately, here's what it is. This is exactly what I said a few days ago. Like, I literally called this. I don't think I'm a prophet. I think many people called this situation. People were going to support this thing. People are going to buy this. Take-Two is going to see that money raking itself in, and they're going to say, next up is GTA 4, the definitive edition, and it's just a port. You're just going to be able to play it. And it's like, well, again, in some ways that's okay, but in also a lot of other ways it's complete garbage. When these things happen, companies do not learn. Funny enough, this is hilarious in the most ironically bad way. I was talking to a friend of mine last night, and we were talking about some of the modern day issues with the gaming industry. And one of the things I said was, the whole sports games. So like the Ultimate Teams, right? FIFA, Madden, these games make billions with a B a year on those Ultimate Team things. Those are things that I can't envision normal people doing. And I also can't believe it's just like little kids stealing their parents' credit card. That does happen, but like the fact that these companies make so many millions or billions of dollars every year tells me it's just the average Joe. Average Joes have no problem with these companies, whether it's predatory things, whether it's just stupidly backwards things that hurts the entire industry or sets a bad standard that the rest of the industry says, well, they got away with it, so let's do it as well. Like those things, right? Normal, average day, not 10-year-olds, but 20, 25, 30, 35-year, there has to be a very good amount. So this was a conversation I literally was having last night, and I'll be honest, while I thought this would happen, I was really hoping it wouldn't. I really, really was hoping, and we'll see. We'll see the data tomorrow, or Take-Two, I think, will eventually say. But if God help them, or God help me, or God help whoever, when they say how much this thing has sold, right? If it's in the millions, I really will lose so much respect, I guess, for the average gamer that I guess supports this thing. Look, by the way, and I know some people get pretty mad at me for like making, which I can't honestly believe, but whatever. People get mad at me for this. These are just my opinions. You have every right, as I've said in the past multiple times, it's your money. You do what you want with it. It's my money. I'll do what I want with it. That doesn't mean I can't, I guess, lose respect for certain people or whatever. I don't know. It's just where I stand. Again, some people get pretty mad, but it upsets me. It upsets me because this was really something that I thought we could say, nope, we all kind of know, but it's not true because there are people that do support it. So I guess that's the flaw in my logic. Not everybody is actually on board this is a bad thing train. Not everybody's on board. I think they should be on board, but I guess that's not my decision to make. And I guess that's fair. But we've gone over all the reasons. I think this is a terrible product. We've statistically, like facts, using facts, you can look and say this is the inferior product for more money years later. I mean, I don't want to repeat myself too often. Obviously, we've made these videos so much, but we've gone over why this isn't good. The final act to the story is people, I guess, falling for it and then buying it. And it just sucks because, like, people will pick up on this. Companies, not people necessarily, companies will pick up on this and say, well, we got them. I guarantee you some people in there are probably saying that. Not, oh, we made a great product that people are enjoying. We got them. We fooled them into buying this. That is what I think some people in the company are probably going to be saying. And that is, to me, that's very, very sad because not only will they pick up on this and you're going to get the exact same thing for Grand Theft Auto, good job, because we could have demanded like a remake. We could have gotten a remaster of Red Dead eventually. We could have gotten a remaster of GTA eventually. Why in God's name would they do a GTA 4 remaster? Why would they do that? Because right now they're being told, well, we can do something that the internet hates, but obviously not the majority of people hates, and we can get away with it, and they'll buy it. And then that's the norm going forward with them. And the big thing is, this is one of the biggest franchises on planet Earth, right? Red Dead, big franchise, sold a lot. Not only did they get away with it, but other companies will look and say, we don't have to put in like any work. We can do something that mainly people hate online, but it doesn't really matter because we can. And I guess it's a good lesson, I suppose, again, that these are kind of echo chambers and you got to be careful with thinking that kind of everybody's on board with, which is why I made the prediction that it could happen, right? Because you don't want to kind of be sucked into, oh, there's no way, this thing is 100% going to bomb. Look at all the dislikes. There's no way people are going to support this. You got to remember that not everybody leaves a like or dislike, period. Most people on my own channel, look at just a statistic where we are. Most people don't leave likes, dislikes, comments. They don't participate like that. So most people don't watch any one particular video, right? Some people aren't even online. So it's a good wake-up call, I suppose, but it's not just a Red Dead issue. Again, that's why it was funny that I was just having this conversation with my friend last night where the Ultimate Teams, the sports game stuff, how Madden continues to sell millions every year, and literally they remove modes or the game just gets buggier and it's literally worse every year, and people continue to buy it instead of kind of like not and demanding that it gets better. Because ultimately, one of the things I've said in the past videos that I stand very strong. I try not to have like this big ego, and maybe it makes me sound like I do. But again, like, remember, we're the consumers. Like, we have all the power. That's not to say I have me, Alex, but we are all in very high power here because it's the entertainment industry. We don't need them. You don't need a video game, right? It's all kind of like joy. It's I mean, I need video games to an extent, right? We all kind of maybe need it, but really we want it. We really enjoy games. We don't actually need it. We're very powerful with our money, and we're so powerful that people fall for this thing. In my opinion, people fall for it, and then they tell the industry, yep, keep going. Keep doing live service because it's working, clearly. Keep doing these annual sports games with less and less modes and gets more buggy because Ultimate Team makes so much money. Keep doing these very lazy re-releases instead of an actual remaster that would do better. It would actually do better to do a remaster versus this. You would make more money, but let's do this because we get to spend less and we'll make still a pretty okay amount. These are the messages that we send, and I say we because it's like us as a society. we send to these companies. And so I am disappointed. Not in you, not in myself. I'm disappointed, I guess, in the average person that's never been on the internet in the past like 6 months and is getting this game. I get it. Again, like I do understand it to an extent. People don't want to go back to play it on PS3. The Switch, it's brand new, right? Like you can't play it on Switch, right? So this is new, but it is a worse product. And I guess the Switch one is the only one I can kind of get behind. The PlayStation one, I know you don't want to play your PS3 version, but that's still like almost the better version. And then the Xbox one definitely is, right? And it's cheaper and just all this stuff. It's more of a, do you feel like, do you have like the want to go back and play an old system, which Xbox you don't have that issue, PlayStation you do, right? Is it annoying to play it on PS3 versus supporting a company that does this so you can play it on your new PS5? I get it, but at the same time, I feel like if we just kind of put our foot down, we will win so hard. You know, I'm gonna leave it there. I understand the want versus need thing, but if we just kind of say no. Why don't you do a remake? Give us a better version. You can charge more. You can charge 60 instead of 50. Charge more. Give us a better thing. Give us a reason to buy it, and you'll actually do better. And as an industry, they will all learn from that, and it'll be better because of it. Why can't we? Why? You tell me. Why can't we do that instead of this? And I'll leave it right there. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed. If you don't hate me, make sure the bell icon is turned on. And I hope to see you all on the next one.